I thought it was serious music. Now the thing is, you see, I went to school to study music. I've studied music all my life. I put a lot of devotion into music, blood, sweat, and tears, all that stuff. I did. I committed my life to music at the age of 4. I was always playing. As clarinet was my first instrument, and I was always the first chair, even if my feet didn't hit the ground. I was always the best at what I did. I think that that was all true until I came out to this big pond, and I found that there were people who played the clarinet who also played oboe and flute and sax and so forth. They got the job. So, but in fact, I think that that really was serious music because it communicated something. What the Byrds did on that record, you see, just generally what they were doing is they were making music that mattered. And it was really useful, and it seemed like to me durable goods, connected enough, citational enough, you know, citing their experience. You could tell where they came from and so forth, and how they developed it, and I thought it was all very forgivable. So, and as a matter of fact, a proper escape for me, because I had gone to school to study music that I could no longer be serious about. See, I told people at the time, I told my parents, I think, that I wanted to go be serious about some unserious music, but I think it gained definite purpose and poise during the 60s. Well, the Byrds' use of jazz wasn't something new to me. I was in the Mothers of Invention before the Byrds were formed. I only lasted 3 months. They were just too high. I couldn't even eat around these people. But Frank Zappa used to call me Pinocchio. I don't know what that meant, but I get the picture. He had a nickname for everybody. So, but truly, by the time I saw the Byrds, I had heard a rock sensibility in combination with a jazz vernacular. But I thought they did it well, but they left me behind, you see, because I'm not a jazz sophisticate. I still love the folk, you know, I'm very much inclined toward the simplicity of their earlier images. That's the way I stayed. Well, there's a thing about this this business, and I talked about how I had always favored the early works because I love Big Bang, and you know, there's almost a tyranny to success that built in when early success comes shines so clearly, but there's also a legitimate question. Is a group allowed to push its audience around and reinvent itself with every album effort? And I think that that's absolute. That is the right of an artist, or the obligation of an artist to try that. A real artist or a group. I think it's that they should mess around and maybe even hazard outgrowing their audience. One person I admire put it this way. He said, "I reserve the right to fail." And I think that that's what they were starting to feel, that they had that right to look around and to like forage for you know, reinventing the self. And I think that that's what's good about their records. I think I don't get insatiable greed out of the Byrds situation, the mindset of the Byrds, severally and together. I don't think insatiable greed was any part of their process. I think that they'd been rewarded and knew when enough's enough. I think that they were taking a principled stand to take the bull by the horns, take their own opportunity and interpret it in a process that demanded maturing and you know, new understandings and so forth. Of course, in this business, as in every business, Mozart knew it. He said, "You're paid to repeat yourself." When somebody picked on Mozart for quoting himself inadvertently, he said, "Well, you're paid to repeat yourself." That's this funny line coming from Mozart. But yeah, they could have done that. They could have repeated themselves. But I think they clearly are a group who foraged widely. They went all over the place.